540 WAUK, Milwaukee's real news and great conversation. And now on your FM dial at 100.3. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
With local news on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM, I'm Stuart J. Waddles. A proposal to build a new courthouse in Milwaukee County has cleared an early step. However, it still does need a key vote before work can begin. The project is now estimated at about $896 million and would replace the existing safety building. The county has already spent about $38 million planning the project. Supervisors are expected to consider the plan next month. Milwaukee Public Schools is preparing to welcome more than 60,000 students back Tuesday. It's a year starting with fewer teacher openings, a focus on reading, and work still underway at some buildings. District leaders say vacancies have dropped from more than 120 at this time last year to about 60 now. Some classrooms will start with substitutes. MPS is also rolling out new high school literacy curriculum after beginning a new elementary program in January. The district says some lead remediation work isn't finished, but impacted areas will remain closed until work and inspections are complete. School for MPS kids starts Tuesday. It's all news all morning from 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. The Menominee Tribe says they've scaled back part of its proposed Kenosha Casino development. It's an effort to address environmental concerns and feedback from the review process. Under the updated plan, a 10-acre parcel once planned for parking would be removed from the federal trust and remain local. Another parcel would remain part of the application but would be used for stormwater retention instead of parking. The proposed $360 million casino, hotel, and entertainment complex is planned near I-94 and Highway K. It still needs federal and state approval before construction can begin. IndyCar returns to the Milwaukee Mile this weekend for a two-race event that brings drivers back to the historic Wisconsin Oval. The Snap-on Makers and Fixers 250 is set for tomorrow, followed by the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 on Sunday. It's the third straight year IndyCar has raced at the track after the series returned in 2024. And that's the local update. It's all news all morning, 6 to 9 on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. News anytime at WAUKradio.com. I'm Stuart J. Waddles.
For Civic Media News, I'm Connie Fellman. Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs was formally charged in Brown County Court yesterday with 2 misdemeanors. Here's Civic Media's Melissa Kay with more.
Jacobs was arrested in May on suspicion of domestic abuse, but at the time, the Brown County District Attorney withheld a decision on charging Jacobs pending further investigation. Jacobs was released from the Brown County Jail following the arrest. He is charged with misdemeanor battery and criminal damage to property following a domestic dispute at his Village of Hobart home on May 23rd. Green Bay Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst said on Wednesday the team was preparing for any possibility with uncertainty surrounding Jacobs' status.
I'm Melissa Kay, Civic Media News.
Jacobs is scheduled to appear in court on November 17th. This is the Packers gear up to host their final preseason game at Lambeau tonight in what'll be a battle of the brothers. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur against little brother Mike LaFleur, first-year head coach of the Cardinals. They're not the only two brothers who will be on opposing sidelines tomorrow night. Packers receiver Bo Melton's brother Max Melton is a cornerback for the Cardinals. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. tonight. The Baraboo Police Department is investigating a shooting that happened during an attempted armed robbery Wednesday night. Baraboo Police Chief Justin Carloni spoke with Civic Media about the incident.
We did have a shooting during an attempt robbery that occurred in the 200 block of 4th Avenue. It appears that it was narcotics related.
Police say a 23-year-old man had set up a meeting with 2 people for a suspected drug deal. 2 masked suspects allegedly tried to rob the victim at gunpoint, with one of the suspects shooting him. The victim was taken to the hospital for his injuries and is expected to recover. Anyone with information is asked to call the Baraboo Police Department. Fond du Lac County Sheriff's deputies say they found human remains in a rural Fond du Lac home. According to the Sheriff's Office, investigators found human skulls, skeletal remains, and memorabilia related to serial killers while executing a warrant at the home last month. 47-year-old Benjamin Larson was charged with stalking in Dane County Court on August 18th after a Madison area woman reported being harassed by him for more than a decade. When authorities searched Larson's home, the criminal complaint says they found items allegedly from Ed Gein's grave, a jar labeled as containing a piece of John Wayne Gacy's brain, and other bottles labeled as poison. Detectives are working with a forensic anthropologist to determine whether the remains are real. An initial exam indicated many of the remains are likely ancient Native American in origin. Baraboo police are asking for your help after a shooting there Wednesday night. Police say the shooting happened during a suspected drug deal. They say a 23-year-old man set up a meeting with two people who showed up wearing masks and tried to rob him at gunpoint. One of the suspects shot the victim, but his injuries were not life-threatening. Baraboo Police Chief Justin Carloni is asking anyone who may know something about this incident to let police know.
And we're looking for any help from the public that might have additional outside information that might help us strengthen our case and provide additional insight into this investigation.
Police say the shooting was isolated to the alleged drug deal and there's no danger to the public. Anyone with information can call the Baraboo Police non-emergency line. Law enforcement in the Fox Valley are investigating after a man's body was found in the Fox River yesterday. Outagamie County Sheriff's deputies say they found the body in the village of Kimberly near Sunset Park just before noon yesterday. They say there's no indication of foul play and the investigation is ongoing. And that's your state news update. I'm Connie Fellman for Civic Media News.
Packers football tonight. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports in Green Bay, where the Packers play their final preseason game against the Arizona Cardinals. The last chance for players like receiver Will Shepard to make the team. Shepard had 6 catches for 47 yards and a touchdown last week in Denver. Can he do it again tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Just going to go out there, do my job, and whatever plays come to me, make the most of it.
Baseball. The Brewers opening a weekend series tonight at AmFam Field against the Texas Rangers. The Rangers in second place in the AL West, a game behind the Astros. The Brewers with an 8-2 win last night over the Mets in New York. Jacob Mizorowski could have called it a night after 5 complete innings, but told Pat Murphy he wanted more.
That's right. Well, that's what makes Miz special. He wanted that. Not ideal conditions. He could be thinking about other stuff, but he was focused on one thing. He was focused on helping this team. He knew what it was. I gave him the option. I said, hey, man, you okay? We're at the top of the order, whatever. He goes, I want it.
That's the Brewers manager, Pat Murphy. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Plenty of sunshine today. We'll get to around 80 for a high this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy. We'll drop to 65 tomorrow. Partly to mostly cloudy, 81 with a chance of thunderstorms on Saturday night into Sunday. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Milwaukee News Roundup from WAUK. Find more news anytime at WAUKradio.com/news. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.